You're now listening.
You're now listening to the Shameless Goat.
Listening to the Shameless Goats. The Shameless Goat.
We made the White Lives Matter tees, and then when I put up the tweet, the DEF CON tweet, nah, he ain't releasing the tee because he's Jewish. And I'm like, see, this is my exact point that I'm making. Like, Jewish people have owned the black voice, whether it's through us wearing a Ralph Lauren shirt, or it's all of us being signed to a record label, or having a Jewish manager, or being signed to a Jewish basketball team, or doing a movie on a Jewish platform like Disney. And we understand it's like, I respect.
All right, nigga.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, here we go again.
Welcome
That's a
everyone.
lot to
Shameless
unwrap.
Ghost. This is us. Y'all know us. That was Kanye West. He had
No, Mr. Ye.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, that was Ye. He had a week last week. He went on a tour, and so he said a lot of things, and a lot of things against George Floyd and very negative things. But I think one thing we wanted to kind of focus on was this idea of the Jewish conspiracy and just conspiracies in general. But what did you guys think about the idea of him saying pretty much Jews run the world, run America, control all the industries? They didn't let him put on his shirt. But we signed to a basketball team. Disney controls the media, et cetera, et cetera. His idea of Jewish people and American cultural dominance.
So what I heard pretty much was that Jewish people own black people. That's the way I took that.
Okay.
And I feel like he took like a subset of a group he didn't like and just constructed a story, whether it's true or not, and just directed it towards black people. Yes, they own a lot of shit. But goddamn, like, they're not the only white people that own stuff. Black people own stuff also. They just made it a big conspiracy for no fucking reason, which is what Kanye West does. So
Yeah.
I thought that was just utterly ridiculous what he said. And it's not even in black and white. There's no gray area on that one. He's just an idiot at this point. Like, you could still be a genius and an idiot at the same time, because his genius is music. His genius is not public speaking. He's a fucking idiot, respectfully.
I think, I don't want to sound like the crazy person, but I think there's some truth to it. I just think that to attack specifically Jewish people is a little wild. I also think that he should take medication.
Hell yeah.
I think he's off his meds right now.
Yeah,
Well,
he definitely off the meds, and he needs to be on that.
right, I don't want to turn like against Kanye, but I hear what you're saying. Like, you could agree on a little bit. Like, when I'm thinking about the industry,
It
Jewish
is ran
people
by Jews.
do own a lot of shit.
They do.
And
But
they are fucking rich.
I don't think
Most
that's
of
at
them.
any fault of their own. I think that's what capitalism is.
Right.
Like, how do you get mad at a group of people for doing so well?
No, that's true. But what about controlling the black voice? That's the part I think he wanted to like emphasis on, right?
bring us
Do
in.
they control
Yeah.
the black voice?
No, it's just a him thing. He's a completely narcissist, selfish motherfucker. It's just him.
Yeah.
Somebody won't let him do something.
Okay.
And now it's all about, well, this is them shutting down the black voice. That's all it is. A lot of times we got to understand that, yeah, with a lot of conspiracies, there might be some truth to it. But that doesn't mean because there's some truth to a conspiracy or some other underlying fact that is true, that the conspiracy is therefore true.
I'm still on the fence about it. I can't lie.
What are you on the fence about?
I do feel like, as it pertains to being silenced, there's some truth to that. Like, even with what happened with Nick Cannon, he said, I think, not necessarily similar statements, but anti-Semitic statements, and his show was gone just that fucking quick. Like, when a black man speaks out about things that are unpopular.
You said anti-Semitic.
Yeah, that's completely different. That's not just unpopular.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's an unpopular
Idea.
idea. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
I get what you're trying to say, but stop saying unpopular.
so what would be a better term?
Nigga is
Wrong.
completely wrong. Yeah,
Wrong.
completely wrong. Completely racist.
But I don't see what he said as being racist though.
So now that's different.
I think he said what he said was very truthful.
And to remind people, I can't remember what he said. Also,
Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon or
Nick Cannon. What did Nick Cannon say?
I don't recall right now.
Oh, we are the similar shit. We're the black people are the Jews, so we can't be anti-Semitic. We're the lost tribe. If I play the clip, I didn't want to play that shit because he's just rambling. The lost tribes of Judah.
Right.
okay.
So he got canceled for saying that we are also Jews.
Yes, he was saying like I can't be anti-Semitic because I am Jewish.
Right.
Because
But what did he say that people thought was anti-Semitic?
Shit like this.
That right? Yeah.
But saying that you're Jewish is anti-Semitic?
No,
That
they
and
control
then-
everything.
That they control
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
And they absolutely shut him down.
I guess that goes to his point that they control everything.
They
That's
do.
what you're saying.
And that's why I said that there's some truth to it.
But-
I mean, do they control it? I mean, I don't like. I feel like with Jewish people, like somebody was saying, like most people in America have never met a Jewish person. Like a lot of them live in New York and Fort Lauderdale, on South Beach.
Okay.
So like most people in America,
Right.
Aventura, yeah. Most people in America don't know no Jews. Never seen
Okay.
a Jew. I never seen a Jew till college.
That's not
Come on,
true.
You live in Miami, dog.
You lived in Miami.
Yeah, that's
you
not
went to
true.
Aventura Mall shopping.
You just
nigga.
wouldn't have known.
All in North Miami Beach. When you
But I'm
drive
saying,
down, nigga,
you wouldn't have known.
You're a lawyer,
I
nigga.
never interacted with any Jewish people at all. So I never even thought like they own everything. That's just Jewish people.
I'm still learning right now that they own a lot of shit. Nigga, somebody said Disney. I had no clue they owned that shit.
Yeah, Disney. Yeah.
Viacom. I think that was what Robin Knight was on.
But then when you say they, who is they?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not like they own it as a community. It's
just a Jewish person.
It's a Jewish person.
Be in
Yeah.
charge or whatever.
They behind the scenes making moves now.
But see, that's where the conspiracy gets crazy. That's where it snowballs into something that it shouldn't be.
Yeah, because that's what Hitler was saying. Like, yo, these Jewish people ruining our country. Let's kill them. And that's where the shit get a little bit dangerous.
Exactly.
You know, so that's why.
We ain't talking about killing nobody though.
I don't want to kill nobody. No. Hey, excuse me. I agree with everybody who's Jewish. I'm with y'all. Like, man, all of them ain't rich. Everybody who live in North Miami Beach ain't rich.
Correct.
All the
True.
Jews
Not
over
all
there.
Jews are rich.
Yeah, they
That's
are.
most of them.
No, that's not even
most
true.
of them are not.
That's not true at all.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Why-
I think
so-
just the community promotes
As a whole.
Yeah, like they promote each other in order to be rich. Like,
And they stay within their community.
right. And so like I know I was watching this thing on Netflix. It's something about like how the people get out of the Jewish community. But like if I have a business, I'm not gonna be in the business by myself. I'm gonna ask 3 other Jews to be with me.
Yeah.
And if I make money, they make money. They do the same thing. So all of us will survive off of each other's business.
Spanish people do that.
Right.
But a lot of people do that. You know what I'm saying? It's
Black
not.
people don't.
It's not a
At all.
Jewish.
At all.
Everybody that's
Mostly.
not black.
Everybody.
So then it's not a. So then the conspiracy wouldn't be true then.
True. Yeah, I know I'm with you. I don't agree with that at all. Now, speaking of conspiracies, I got some.
The real conspiracy.
I got some real ones that I don't know if they're true or not.
Go ahead.
I mean,
The G spot.
that's a good one.
That
For
is-
men.
For women. I'm just, do you think men have a G spot?
They do. In their anus.
In
That's what they say.
the prostate.
They do.
In the prostate.
The prostate.
That's what they say.
It's in the anus.
Are we talking about medical? This is something that you
This
inquired on your own.
No, this is something that is proven. It's in books.
Have you felt it?
I never have. I don't. intend
So how
to.
can you say it's not a conspiracy?
Because
I've heard it.
it's
You
in
know
the
what I mean?
books.
Like,
a lot,
yeah.
then by that definition, everything we learn in school would be a conspiracy.
I mean, maybe some, but I feel like if you haven't personally done it, that's the part of
I
conspiracy.
don't
though.
have to be. I don't have
But
to.
that's a part of conspiracy. Like, if you
I don't
have,
have to do it.
He's trying to
But
dig
I'm saying,
himself
like-
out of a hole right now.
no. But what I'm saying, the conspiracy is that you personally have not seen it, touched it, whatever.
Yeah.
Is it true? That is a
Nigga,
conspiracy.
that's faith. That's religion. Nigga, what you talking
If
about?
religion can be a conspiracy,
It
then-
is.
All right, here's
Hey,
one.
there we
we
go.
come back to that.
There we
Here's
go.
one then.
Here we go.
When this feeling when you experience deja vu,
Yeah.
and it's something that every human being has experienced.
Absolutely.
Right.
The conspiracy is that it's because
We're in the
not only have
Matrix.
you been here before, but like you can also predict where you're going. Like you know you've been here before, but you're constantly telling yourself that this is the first time.
So that might not be a conspiracy. That could just be a theory
Lapse of memory.
or hypothesis or something.
No, that you've been alive before.
Right.
That's a conspiracy. I mean, that's
Like
you've
like
been in
reincarnation?
This world. Yeah,
Reincarnation.
reincarnation. You've been in this world already.
Oh, and you're just going through the same thing over, and it's like,
Over
damn,
again, yes.
I've been here before.
Right. So like when you die, you see that white light is you coming back into the
Into
world.
another form.
Yeah.
And now that we're saying it right now, hopefully when I come back, I know what the fuck going on.
I
Right,
believe we're
but
living in
on- but-
ulterior, like we're living in alternative. I mean, not alternative, but other dimensions.
Okay.
So I believe, like right now, we're probably living in 2 or 3 other dimensions where we're doing the same exact thing, and maybe in one dimension.
On a podcast? Nigga?
Yeah, we're all doing the same exact shit, and in one dimension, maybe I die on my way home.
Right.
And in this one right here, currently, I'm still going to work after this.
Yeah.
And then maybe in another dimension.
Well, you
I was
believe
already
in this.
making Here. I don't know that I believe in it, but shit, I'm not. It made more sense than heaven to me. Shit, sorry.
You really want to talk about religion? You really want to get the
Hey, I'm ready.
You ready for religion?
I'm ready.
No,
Ready.
I'm with it, but so what I was trying to say is that that's not really a conspiracy. That's a theory on how our existence is. That's not a conspiracy. A conspiracy is somebody has conspired to do something, and then now they're trying to hide it. That's what a conspiracy is. Or
No.
yeah, that's what a conspiracy is.
Conspiracy theory, the world is flat.
Right. That's not.
That's a conspiracy.
So that's a conspiracy theory because it's because people believe that somebody is intentionally hiding that knowledge from the rest of the world.
Or UFOs.
So that's what makes it a conspiracy. But what he said would only be a conspiracy if someone was trying to hide that fact from us.
Yeah, but I mean,
But whatever, it doesn't really
I
matter.
get what you're saying.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. That's true. That's very technical.
Someone's hiding the G spot.
You really want to feel that, bro?
No, I never said that.
You married, you can feel that. You
They
can
got
do that,
aliens, bro. Ask Mike.
bro.
Whoa.
What is going on? What is going on?
There's 2 mics here. Who we talking about?
Little Big Mike.
The most popular one is the pyramids. That's a really big,
Who built it, or
who built the pyramids?
That's a good question.
That's a huge
Conspiracy.
out there. They're saying like each little block of the pyramids was like the weight of 4 elephants.
Yeah.
How is it possible?
That they got one across the desert. Not only that, put it as high as it went.
Well, one, they were black, so
Yeah, that makes
they were
sense.
smart. They were
It was
strong.
black.
Yeah,
Egyptians?
nigga, they're
Egyptians
in
are
Africa.
black?
They're not in Africa.
Modern day Egyptians,
black.
yeah.
identify as
But back then, who
I
knows?
still think they were black.
I mean, I think the what is it, the Sphinx or one of them has the nose cut off, and prior to that, it had a nose that would look like our noses.
So the white man came and took our nose
Of
off.
course they did.
Right. So
Conspiracy.
that would make it a
No, that's a
complete
fact.
conspiracy.
How do y'all think the pyramids were built?
Aliens.
Slaves.
So for sure, it's
I ain't gonna lie.
slaves.
I think slaves.
Straight slavery, bro. They was rolling them things somehow, some way. We don't know how, bro. We don't know how. But there's a lot of people who believe that there's a lost knowledge. Like there's things that we knew before thousands of years ago, but for whatever reason we've lost it over time, and we weren't able to teach a younger generation. Okay, this is how you build these pyramids. This is how you get Stonehenge. This is how you get the pyramids that the Aztecs got, because they have pyramids too. How did they get it? And how is it that people?
Well, we know how you should Aztec the
Aztecs,
Mexicans.
correct?
Come on, man.
They got pyramids
Them
over there,
motherfuckers
too.
work hard. Like,
Oh,
let's not even pretend like we don't know.
So
they
the
get
black
shit
people
done.
we don't know. We don't know the pyramids
I,
because they
believe
black.
I know how they got their shit.
damn!
Us, nah. Tony was gonna take a break. Tony be on lunch break for 2 hours.
Damn!
I hope my boss don't listen to this.
That's shit. I hope my boss don't either. Now, my favorite one is the moon landing one. Whether that actually happened or not, that's my favorite one.
The moon landing. There, we landed on the moon.
That whether we actually landed on the moon or not.
I mean, is there video footage?
There's some footage, but the footage is what makes it a great conspiracy theory. So one of the footages has the American flag on the moon, but there's no air up there, and then the flag moves.
True.
So then the question is, how is it that the flag appears to be moving?
There's
if
no gravity,
if
right?
there's no air over there. It's low gravity. It's lower than, so you can stand.
Yeah.
But
True.
you see how they do the moonwalk and whatever.
I mean, how does shooting stars happen? Something is propelling something.
No, they said the moon landing was all done like in a Hollywood studio.
Exactly. So
But
that's
you
a
see-
huge conspiracy.
They seen the rocket go up though. You think it just went over and went back to China and stopped?
It
that
could
whole shit is a movie.
it could be
But I thought the U.S. wasn't first on the. What were we? Well, we wasn't first in space. We were first on the moon, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
right.
And they said the whole shit is a movie.
Possibly.
And
Shit.
so those are some that's an interesting thing. Like, how is it that like they've never been able to explain that? There's people have said, well, maybe it moved because they stuck the pole in the ground so hard that it shook, and then at that same time they took the picture.
Okay, could you have vibrations in space? Maybe. Because once something starts to move, it doesn't stop, right, in space? Because you don't have anything, any negative forces.
That's true. Yeah, G force.
So,
that's true. Yeah, it shouldn't. Yeah, like you shouldn't be able to plan anything in space. Technically, I guess. I don't know. It's
I don't know.
Man. It's like there's just so many out there. Like they were saying, for example, like none of the things you remember are real. Like they call it. It's called the Mandela effect, where it's like what you thought was something isn't. Like if you think about a Fruit Loops box, how is the word fruit spelled?
FROOT.
It's not the word fruit.
That's not how you spell
No,
it.
he's right. It's, on Fruit Loops, I think it's FROT.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay.
I think it's actually FRU, the regular word.
No,
sure?
I don't think it.
Well,
I think it's
let's look.
FRUI.
Nigga, I don't know how to spell fruit, nigga.
Most people would say it's FRU.
Nah, not on the box. It's FROOT. I would think because they got. I remember the two O's.
It's 2 O's.
Damn.
I'm looking at a picture right now.
You got a fat ass kid.
And I ain't never eaten Fruit Loops like that. You get what I'm saying? I just remember the commercials with the two O's.
But that's still not a conspiracy.
Fruit Loops, nigga.
It's like a larger thing. I was trying to find it.
The biggest one for me is UFOs. Do niggas believe in UFOs?
Now, see, that's a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy because people believe that the government is conspired to keep that information from
And
us.
they did, and it came out.
Tell us when,
Michael, please
where,
explain.
how. Yeah.
Y'all didn't hear this shit? They
No.
released. So CNN released.
Why
some
did it go
information.
away so fast?
No, it's still out. You can actually Google it.
Speaking, I will Google.
CNN
Okay.
Google that UFOs was a government. They were hiding it for years.
Yeah.
This is when Trump was in office though. So it came out around the time when he said some stupid shit.
Yeah, they're trying to like overcast what he was doing.
And it came out that
change the focus.
That UFOs was a real thing.
I've heard that UFOs is like the last couple of years. It's been it's been funny. It's something about it that's like I don't know if it's real, but it's something. It's something.
Let me help you out. This shit's
I
not
believe
real.
it is. Though.
This shit's not real.
But I mean, so we're saying CNN's not a credible source?
We're saying that they were trying to cover up whatever the fuck Trump was doing at the time, and so they let shit out.
So you don't think there's no other life forms out there besides humans?
I think, dude, you're going too far away from the sun, and that's what gives you your life. And so
Wait,
you're saying,
To
I
human
mean, I guess
beings.
other galaxies, maybe there's another sun, then
Right.
possibly.
Wait, time out. Tony, you know that there's way more suns than the one that we have in our solar system,
But
right?
it says there's another galaxy, maybe there's a sun.
No, not another galaxy. There's whole other solar systems.
I don't know if I nigga. If there's another sun, then yeah, goddamn.
There's no if. I'm telling you.
Okay,
there's plenty of suns, bro. We know this as a fact, bro.
Yeah.
And then could it be other life? I don't think so, man.
I think it's weird to think that we're the only form of life.
I agree with that.
Like I think it's like saying I'm the only one with a. Let me not say that.
Oh, I don't be that gay shit.
You definitely about to say something,
I almost
something
did,
dumb shit.
You know, like it's just I just can't think that we're the only beings out there. You know, for any particular reason. What's so special about us?
It's not even about that. I think it's just pure numbers. We know that there's a bunch of solar systems. We know that there's millions and millions and millions of stars. We know that. We know there's a whole bunch of fucking planets. We know there's a whole bunch of planets that rotate around the sun equal in the same kind of distance from our sun. So what's the likelihood that out of millions and millions and millions and millions of planets that we're just the only living thing? And I think just the sheer statistics of it. Now that doesn't mean that that there's other species that's as intelligent as us. Maybe not.
I think so.
But for sure, there's I do think so. But I think just statistically, it would make sense.
Like where did ET come from? You know
What?
I'm saying? Like a lot,
Hollywood
I
Studios.
feel like a lot of movies predict shit.
What?
You know what I'm saying? I feel like movies predict a lot of what happens in life. Like they predict,
Gremlins? You think there's a real gremlin?
no forecast as far as global warming, the movies. I think there's a lot of truth to what we watch in movies and shows. And aliens, why do they all have that same look?
Because people have always thought about aliens, bro. I don't
No,
know.
why they all look the same though?
Because that's what we think. That's just our imagination. You think somebody actually saw it and was just like, "We gonna make a movie about it"?
I mean, barefoot.
What the
Niggas ain't see
fuck?
barefoot?
What's barefoot?
Bigfoot?
What the fuck is barefoot?
Bigfoot. Sorry,
Bigfoot.
Oh shit!
Like, come on, that's like.
So you think Bigfoot is real?
Oh, you wildin'.
Sasquatch?
I've heard about like what he's talking about, like how something to be on TV and then it'll happen.
It happens.
I remember one conspiracy was like, if you remember in the Dark Knight Returns, the one with Bane.
Yeah.
Like one of the places he goes to is Sandy Hook, which was like the elementary school that got shot up.
Yeah.
For
Okay.
the kids, but like he went there for whatever reason. Like it's a town in Batman Returns, and then like maybe. 2
And it's
months
called
later,
Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook, Colorado, whatever the fuck.
Word, I didn't know
And
that.
then boom,
That happened.
School shooting.
Coincidence.
Even The Simpsons, nigga.
No,
How many
stop.
times? No. How many times have they predicted?
A lot of that stuff be fake, by the way.
It's fake.
A lot of that stuff be fake.
Look at his face. Look at his face. Look at his face.
Yeah, I know you're looking crazy
Please
right
get a
now.
close up. Get a
but-
close up of Mike's face.
They predicted a lot of shit to happen.
No, they didn't. No, they
It's all
didn't. They
fake.
didn't.
Let's just change it.
Stop.
Well, they got me. Shit.
They did. That's crazy.
I think it was for real. I was waiting on that.
But so I did Google the CNN thing, and so at some point in time, the Pentagon did release some videos of some things that they could not explain.
Right. Is that enough to say UFO though?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
that's the exact
Right.
definition. Unidentified flying
True,
objects.
but
yeah,
what I'm saying is like at the perfect time, I think Trump did something really crazy, and then he let that shit go, and then all of a sudden, everybody believes in
Nigga, his
UFOs.
whole
which is also a
tenure.
conspiracy in and of itself.
Yeah, do you believe that the media covers up things?
Hell yeah.
100%. I think the media
That's
covers up everything.
Yeah, that's for sure, bro.
Because even they were talking about like TikTok. I saw it on somewhere on Instagram. They were saying it in TikTok, like
Chinese.
I don't know, China, somewhere, Asia. But they were saying how a lot of what we see, what we see in our algorithm is set up for us to see foolishness
Right.
Oh, yeah.
and
I
a
seen
bunch
that.
of bullshit.
Somebody
But
said this.
over there, they only see positivity. And I was like, damn.
Well, when you look at TikTok, I believe that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. They start twerking, murdering, and
That ain't even in like the shit that I like, but it always comes up.
always
Like I don't know
bitches
how.
doing the same dance.
Right.
I'm trying to handle that shit. You know that little shit they be doing?
Nah, do that again.
Yeah, don't do that again, please.
I mean, but that's more control because China got that shit on lock. Like you can't do shit over there. And we have freedom, like to look at twerking and.
But I see what makes it a conspiracy is that I think not everyone will see it that way. That there's a bigger picture. You get what I'm saying?
That China's hiding that they're doing this.
That they're doing this on purpose.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we also have the freedom not to do those things on TikTok.
No, but at the same time, when I open my phone and that's all I see,
Like it's geared towards us for
you
a
get what I'm
reason.
It's
saying?
geared
In
just
America,
towards
it's
us.
geared towards that.
To keep us
Right.
simple-minded.
I might have been on TikTok 5 times
Right.
my entire
And that's
life,
what
that's
what
all
comes
I
out.
fucking see. I don't have no friends on TikTok, and that's all I see.
I don't know. That's an interesting one. Who knows? I don't know.
Well,
'Cause
you know me.
that type of stuff is popular. Like negativity is popular. Like people twerking, well, I don't want to say twerking in and of itself is negative, but how you guys just framed TikTok, that stuff is popular. So that I don't know if that means that China is necessarily force feeding it if we're feeding it. You know what I mean? They might not be force feeding it. We might be feeding it into the algorithm.
So they're showing us the popular stuff as well.
Yeah, the algorithm might be whatever these motherfuckers like.
True.
It could be.
But then they put us all in the same fucking basket.
But
Then,
then how come my algorithm has that and I don't?
and why don't I have the algorithm? Is
Because they trying to make.
have in China?
Because they trying. Because what Junior
Well, yeah,
said, that's complete control.
But the algorithm I like that it's supposed to.
Yeah, dogs
Taylor
and
Swift me, yeah.
and flowers and shit.
That's true.
Right.
I mean,
That's a good question.
one. This is a very strange one, but why do you think in a lot of different cultures, dragons appear in like their literature, all throughout history?
Niggas had big lizards.
Wow.
Wow. Nah.
Dragons and mermaids and giants.
Oh, mermaids.
These countries don't.
Boy, look
these
at the
countries
mermaids.
It's in South America. It's in Asia. It's in.
I think that's a
Africa.
real thing.
From the beginning of time, dragons, mermaids,
Mermaids especially, yeah.
elves. Well, not elves, but giants. Everywhere, every culture.
That's a good question. We do have a lot of shared. What's the word? Mythologies.
Right.
Like why do everybody have a dragon? Why does everybody have a mermaid or elves? I don't know.
So y'all don't think none of them shits really existed at some point?
It's just a fairy tale that probably started somewhere and just
Spread. Yeah.
Yeah,
it could have.
No. How would it spread?
If you ask every Haitian person you know, half of them will tell you they seen mermaids.
That's not true, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, half of the Haitians I know.
We had an episode called Haitian Mermaids.
Half of the Haitians I know tell me they listen. Ask a Haitian woman about a mermaid. That's a real thing.
There's a dolphin, nigga.
You just
Y'all remember growing up in church and we prayed against the spirits of mermaid?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. That's
So what
true.
the fuck we talking about right now?
You said half of
Haitian
every
pastor.
women have seen a mermaid.
I said Haitian women.
That's why I literally just said Haitian woman.
But that's when y'all had that Haitian pastor.
We had a Haitian passter.
Yeah, we did.
No,
That's something.
Jamaican one.
We had a Jamaican one, yeah.
No, he had a Haitian pastor.
You believe in mermaids?
I'm on the fence.
Fuck the shit.
Wait,
Shout out to
what?
mermaid. What?
What?
You got that
What?
You got that wait, huh?
Wait, what?
Don't tell your wife. Keep that between us.
What are you on the fence about?
I mean, I feel like I've heard too many people speak on it to not believe it.
Where do they live, Michael?
In the water, duh, nigga. Aquaman, bitch, what you talking about?
But you said you can find one if it's there, can't you?
I mean,
You think they've been hiding for 3 million years and nobody ever seen
do you
them?
know how many creatures
In
in
the
the
water.
ocean
No,
have
I
not been
understand.
discovered?
And I
That's
totally
like
understand.
75% of the fucking ocean.
So you think
hasn't
it's a
been discovered.
community at the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah.
It could
I
be.
think every movie, there's some reality to it. Aquaman, there's some truth to it.
All right, you see now you're just talking
No,
foolish.
I'm dead serious.
This is why we're here.
I'm dead serious. A lot of movies, I feel like movies, a lot of time they tell us a story that we aren't ready to believe. That's it.
And so who's behind
You
that?
think the movies is like the geniuses in the world, the people making the movies, and
They know shit that we don't know.
You say
And you think it's a community of them?
they get
Yeah,
together,
the Illuminati, bitch.
and they let the truth out.
The Illuminati knows everything, bro.
Do you really believe in the Illuminati?
Yeah. Y'all don't?
The Illuminati? No, I don't.
A group of people that controls the world. Is that what we're talking?
I mean,
Well, I mean, but
I think it could be two things. I think the Illuminati can exist, but that doesn't necessarily mean they control the world.
the Illuminati, based on what I know from Ye,
From who?
are the Jews.
From where?
I'm bullshit.
No, but I mean, you know,
Persecution.
there's a group of people, the Bilderberg group, that meet every year,
Right.
and they're like the biggest. You can Google it. The elites of they own banks, they own
Yeah.
all kind of stuff. It's no press, no recordings of it, no
Right.
minutes,
Illuminati.
and they discuss like world affairs.
Right.
Right.
That's a fact.
Banks own countries owe them money.
Yes, that's a fact.
Okay.
Now, is that the Illuminati?
Could be. It could be.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It could be.
I mean, we would never know.
That would
Right. We wouldn't.
So we can't write it off then.
But again, I'm not saying that the Illuminati necessarily runs the world. I think the Illuminati can be a real thing. The Illuminati could be like Freemasons. The Illuminati could be.
But
It could be a lot of things.
People run the world.
That I don't know. I see. I don't know.
Secret.
I don't.
I feel
I
like
want
Warren
to say
Buffett
no.
part of it.
I want to say no, because it would take a lot. It would take a huge concerted effort to run the entire world, just one group.
Nigga, Bill Gates trying to do that shit right now.
How? Tell me how, please.
I mean, how?
Tell me
This
how.
nigga owns the majority of the farmland in America.
And how do you know that?
Google, bitch.
The majority of the
not
farmland.
majority, but he owns the most, the of
He has the
every,
most land?
the most land,
The biggest
most
landowner?
the biggest landowner
yeah.
in.
But what does that mean, though?
Exactly. That doesn't mean he's trying to take over the world, bro.
But he ain't growing fucking plants and fruits and vegetables for everybody to eat.
Bill Gates helped us with the research for COVID.
And that's what, and nigga,
Go ahead.
Bill Gates is a computer tech nigga, right? Mm-hmm. What the
Okay.
fuck he got? What is he really doing with science as far as knowing what the fuck a pandemic is? And that's not act like we don't know that they experimented on people in Africa with this shit
With COVID?
with the vaccine.
With
They went over there.
vaccines?
They were over there injecting Africans with the vaccine.
Okay.
You didn't know that
No, I did not know that.
No, they were,
I
because-
did not know that.
because what?
They were giving them the vaccine.
No, they weren't. It was a test trial. They wanted to see what this shit was going to do to people,
Okay.
and then they give it to us.
The COVID vaccine.
Yes,
I don't remember the time now, but I do remember what you're saying. But I think
it's the same thing they did with the fucking
I think-
with the syphilis and Tuskegee experiment.
no, I don't think it was like that.
Same thing. All you niggas who went and got vaccinated folded under pressure, and I told y'all
You told us what?
not to get that shit in y'all bodies.
Did I
Nothing
die?
happened.
It's only not yet. It's a matter of time. You ever see them commercials?
Oh,
That be on TV, they
you
be like-
taking mesothelioma.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Y'all time is coming, but I think listen, that's a whole other conspiracy that I don't know got ready for.
Yeah, I wish he
No,
knew.
I don't know if you ready for it.
I'm ready for the shit.
I don't know if you ready for it.
I came for the smoke.
I thought Bill Gates was giving the vaccine out to the underprivileged people in Africa so that they weren't.
No, he was definitely trying it on them first. Before it was even released to the general public, it went to Africa first. The same way they killed the Haitian president. And then no, listen. He was assassinated. Understand that.
He was
assassinated.
Right.
By some mercenaries from Florida.
How you know that?
I don't know about Florida.
That's true.
From Florida?
Y'all not reading on this shit, man. You gotta know this shit.
So far, so good.
Understand that after he was killed, within a week, he was one of the few people who said, presidents who spoke on COVID, saying that.
Okay.
No, listen.
Wait, they were from Florida, but they were from a different country, I thought. I thought like,
yeah, but that's a mercenary. It doesn't matter.
But no, but you say like from Florida as if they're United States citizens or something. Like,
No.
it
was like a doctor who paid for them from Florida.
They were assassinated
That's true.
on purpose.
That is true.
right, I get that.
I mean, so ultimately, they killed the president. He was one of the few people who spoke out against COVID vaccines.
Hey.
So you think that's why he was killed?
But Michael,
Right
you should be
after he
dead,
was
too.
killed, they sent 500,000 vaccinations to Haiti.
But that doesn't. But does that mean that's why he was killed?
To me, yes. What other reason was there?
We don't know.
I don't know if he
See-
was a good president also.
I mean,
No.
his people loved him.
Yeah, Haitians.
They loved
say,
him.
Like he was.
He was great.
Corrupt and stuff like
A lot of
He
people
was not
say
corrupt?
people say Castro was good too.
Corrupt.
And that could be a real reason to kill him.
Man, bro, come on, man.
Mike says COVID.
It
No,
was definitely the same week
Bruh.
he died. Like, I don't remember what day it was.
Who do
Let's
you
just say
think gives a fuck about Haiti to
I mean, it's not about
go kill the president because of COVID?
the vaccinations, bro. There's a
Again,
bigger
you think
picture.
you think they care
All y'all
about-
that got the COVID shot. Listen, this is my conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Make it make sense though, please.
It makes sense to me.
No,
All
to
y'all that got
everybody
COVID
else.
shot,
To everybody else.
depopulation of Earth. They're
It's
trying
going to kill us?
at some point.
You wishing death upon us?
I'm not wishing it, but I'm thinking you niggas folded under pressure.
But what does it have to do again with the Haitian president? Like,
They killed him in order to ship to send.
To depopulate. Yeah. To
Haiti.
get the vaccine.
Yeah, to put the vaccine
kill
in
the
Haiti to
Haitians.
kill the
all right, so why does
to
that?
kill or alter the
to
DNA
kill
of Haitians.
the
Got you.
poorest country
I-
in the Western Hemisphere.
They want to get rid of black people.
All right, I hear what
We
you. I
chose
hear what
Haiti.
you're saying, but why does that make more sense than a guy fighting corruption?
It just does to me.
Please tell
And
me, but why, though?
Because if I'm preaching out about something, right? Equality,
Okay,
like Martin Luther King, right?
okay,
Or Malcolm X.
and you think
And
he's
that's
the
what
equivalent
I
of
was
any of
known
them?
for at the time. When someone assassinated Martin Luther King or
Was he
Malcolm X.
assassinated?
Martin Luther
Come
King.
on, bro. What the
He
fuck
was-
are you talking about right now?
Conspiracy theory too.
It's not a conspiracy.
Now that's wild.
The government did it. We already figured this shit out a long time ago. The government did that.
That was James Earl Ray.
The government hired that man. See, what are we talking about? We're going down the rabbit hole right now.
But that's what conspiracies are. There's a rabbit hole.
I just think that at the end of the day, it was very convenient that as the Haitian president died, they shipped over 500,000.
Because there was no opposition anymore. to it.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean that they want to
It's
kill him.
very
for giving-
convenient. That's what makes it
Bruh,
conspiracy.
Nobody cared about if Haitians wanted vaccines.
This
You
is
think
my
that
thing.
The
This is my
world
thing.
wanted Haitians to have vaccines.
The world did not. Nigga, them.
Right, so what are you
How
saying
long
then?
has Haiti been wanting water? Wanting basic shit?
So kill the president to give them water?
They weren't. That's the whole point. That's why. Listen, in that COVID vaccine that you all took, man,
It's H2O. We gonna give them some water.
it's a bunch of shit that's going to affect y'all somewhere in the future. That's
And
my
you
whole
might be
thing.
right, but what about the shit that you took for MMR and fucking measles and whatever the fuck? So
Well, it didn't
and
happen.
rubella,
It didn't happen in the fashion that COVID-19 happened.
What?
It didn't happen in that fashion.
Well, what does that mean?
We took those shots, to get into school. It wasn't something that was mandated, that was being forced on us. That
You just said it. You literally just said
Hold on.
we took it to get into school. That's a
Immunization.
But
mandate.
no, but you had a choice, and you weren't criminalized for that choice.
you're not criminalized to not take a COVID shot.
Yes, the fuck it is. At one point,
Criminalized?
the whole not criminalized, but at one point the whole country was at war. The vaccinated and the non-vaxxers.
That's because of the media. What do you mean?
And what was the purpose of that? The media doing that.
That's the media. Nobody knows what media.
Everybody to get this fucking shot.
Media does what they
the
want.
rubella shot was not doing it.
You couldn't get into school without immunizations. Is that not true?
That's true.
You also can get a what you call that, a religious
You won't be going to Miami-Dade public schools?
Yeah, you can.
No.
Religious exemption.
You
Yes,
cannot.
You can.
You cannot.
Yes, you can.
No, I'm gonna look that up.
I don't know about
You
that.
you'll be homeschooled.
Google.
Because if you get something, you're gonna spread it to every other
Google
child.
it, brother.
There is an exemption that you
Absolutely.
can, but that doesn't mean that they can abide by it. You might have to sue them niggas.
And that's fine, but there's an exemption. And even then, homeschooling was a alternative.
I don't know about that one, man. You know what I mean?
And what about monkeypox? Was that not a conspiracy?
No, you got to tell me about the
That
monkeypox.
shit came for a
man.
week. Like, what are we talking about?
No, they made it a big thing all over the news.
They
everywhere.
They tried.
They tried to. That's all you saw at one point on social media.
But I don't know if that's a
But
conspiracy.
is it real? I think it's real. It wasn't. We had cases in the hospital, so it was real.
Yeah, monkeypox is real. First of all, that's not even
But you know what's funny
pretend
though?
like it's not
But you know
real.
what's funny though? They had a vaccination for that shit within a month.
Monkeypox is not new, by the way.
It's not. However,
Wow.
What you said, Mike?
Monkeypox is not new.
they just trying to dope you niggas up. Don't do it.
What do you think? We could no. These
I
are,
think they're trying to depopulate the earth by any means
Would you
necessary.
give your daughter the HPV vaccination?
The one that prevents cancer?
HPV.
HPV and cancer.
Because
Ultimately,
HPV
yes.
gives you,
No.
You wouldn't. Knowing what you know,
You should,
that
though.
she has a higher percentage of getting ovarian
But
cancer.
what are the side effects of them?
I don't know,
You got
but
every vaccination, whatever. Short arm, I
HPV
don't
is
know.
it's what's the word? It's the it's like
Most
the easiest,
prevalent?
most prevalent STD that you can get, bro.
Right. Boys and girls.
Yes.
Yeah, for men now too. Men were usually just the carriers, but now we're getting symptoms. You know it causes
No, we've
ovarian
always
cancer.
That's
had
our choice, I
men
know.
always had symptoms of HPV.
I think it was very little percentage of men having symptoms. When I was in college, they were like, "Oh, you can nothing happens to you. You just carry it and give it to the woman. She gets
So it's undetectable in men.
right."
So that's the fucked up part about HPV. It's undetectable in men. But yeah, no, because HPV is what gives you the what's that shit called?
Genital warts and
Genital
shit.
warts. So yeah, no, men has had symptoms for a long ass time. This is not new. Get the fucking HPV
Yeah, man.
vaccine, bro. That's not.
So you got it?
I did. You should.
You got it, Tony?
I'm married.
You should.
What the fuck does that mean?
So
That's a yes or
what you
no.
mean?
Did you
I'm
get it?
married.
Did you get
I don't
it?
need to get nothing. I don't get nothing.
No, I didn't get that shit.
If I get something, I know who gave it to me.
Yeah, that's a good. Now that's a great point. But if you're a single man,
Don't have sex
single
until
woman,
you're married.
Whoa.
Fuck that. That's
Is that a conspiracy theory? What the fuck? Think about how many diseases would be eradicated if you waited to
Maybe
have sex until you got
Jesus
married.
had it right.
If nobody cheated and everybody waited to get married,
well, that's true. Actually.
That's true.
there'd be no
Yeah.
AIDS,
There'd be no,
none of that shit.
Yeah.
But you sinners, you fornicators, look at his face, fornication face. His G
Did you
spot.
not fornicate? Did
I'm
you,
married.
Did you not fornicate?
Yeah, he got to start over.
Once you marry, everything is wiped away.
Oh, you
I
born
told you
again.
that. For real.
I wish that were true.
Very much so. No woman can come say she had sex with me.
That's conspiracy.
Don't put that out
That's
there.
a-
That's a conspiracy.
No.
That's a
telling
real
you, I don't
conspiracy. No, you don't want that to happen.
You gonna have shit.
I don't know you. I don't know you.
It's like, wait a minute. It's like, I'm the mother of your child.
I don't know you.
I don't know you. This one, it came from the
Is your name Mary?
It came from the art.
No.
Now that's crazy, man. Another one of my favorite conspiracy theories is the one from the Da Vinci Code, where Jesus supposedly had an affair with Mary Magdalene, and he had kids from Mary Magdalene. If you watch Da Vinci Code, that's what it's about. That the damn, I forgot the word that I'm looking for, but ultimately he has children and a bloodline that exists today. So if you look at the picture of the Last Supper, the person next to Jesus, it's purported to actually be a woman. If you look at the picture and if you look closely to it, it's kind of ambiguous.
I will not.
You're not gonna look at it?
No. You trying to test my faith?
No, I'm not trying to test your faith. I'm just saying it's one of my favorite
Jesus
ones because
Christ.
it's one that's like, damn, there could be a lot to that. And I want to get into the rabbit hole of conspiracies. So when I watched the movie and I read the book, I was Googling a lot of these things, and it's crazy when they talk about what the Jewish culture was back then. At the time when Jesus would have been alive, it would have been normal for him to have been with a woman. No one would have expected him to he died like at 33, I believe.
Yep.
At that time, he would have been like, bro, of course you would have been a married man, because that's
Right.
culture. You would have been with a woman and would not be weird. It's only weird to us now because we've 2,000 years removed, we've known him to not have been married, but that could have been taken out of the Bible.
Right, because I think a couple of chapters that's not in there.
Books, actually, not chapters. So you're talking about a
Right,
whole
you know
bunch
what
of
I mean.
books missing.
I heard one theory about I don't know, conspiracy theory, but just like David and Goliath in the Bible, how David was a giant.
Yeah.
Was like.
Like Goliath was a giant.
Sorry, Goliath was a giant. That like, that's evidence of like these giant people I was talking about previously before.
Yeah.
Like,
there were supposedly giants in the Bible, though.
in the Bible, right?
There was a name for them.
Goliath.
Chill.
I forget the name of the people, but continue though.
But it's just so evidence of like, that the Bible was written mad years ago, and some people think it's just stories, whatever.
Me?
Yeah, exactly. So, but then there's some people just believe that for example was evidence of giantism and giants.
Right.
In the Bible, I mean,
Bible talks about a lot of stuff that we think is a conspiracy.
That are
Shit.
parables. That's what I take it as.
That's okay. You can call it that.
Like Jonah being swallowed by a whale.
You just told me the ocean's so fucking big. You don't know what the fuck is that.
No. But see,
And now you got mermaids, and now you can't get swallowed by a whale.
But
Jonah was a man walking on earth. He was swallowed by a whale.
Is that can't happen? You can't get swallowed by a whale?
Yeah, he can. But the thing is, he would have fucking drowned. You're not living in a whale for fucking 7 days.
When you have Jesus in your
Because
spirit,
inside of a whale, it's not hollow with air. Inside of a whale, it's all water.
maybe it's in his mouth.
yeah. You still understand?
The whale goes underwater.
Right?
The whale has to open and close its mouth.
Shit, Nemo Daddy.
It's full of water. So unless this nigga had gills, how the fuck did he?
it could be a metaphor. It doesn't necessarily.
That's why I said it's a parable.
Right.
Or it could have actually happened.
Yeah.
No, in what sense? And
Because
how?
he was with Jesus.
Yes, that's it.
The Holy Spirit was with him and
Yes.
saved him.
Okay.
Look at Daniel and
The lion's den.
yes, the lions den.
Lions have teeth.
There was 3 of them in the
Put your hands in the fucking lion's den.
in the
Exactly.
fire. What's the one with the fire? Shadrach, Meshach,
And Abednego.
It was in the fire, and then they said, "Oh, it's a 4th man in there," and that was Jesus.
Anybody got a lighter?
Well,
Anybody-
No, you want to test it now?
I mean, I'm just saying. Like, what's up?
What are you trying to do?
The shit don't make sense. It's all
It's not supposed to though.
okay because it's a parable.
Because you're just simple.
It's
you're
meant to
simple minded. You
It's
gotta
meant
have
to
this
teach a
spirit.
lesson.
you got to use faith.
It's meant to teach a lesson.
You gotta use
See, faith to me is a conspiracy.
Faith is a conspiracy.
Yes, I'm believing something that hasn't happened and can't be proven.
But you've told me before that you believe there's a higher being.
I do.
That's faith.
The same as your faith as a religion. I mean, as a Christian.
I'm not
So
talking
is
about
that
me.
a
But
conspiracy
you
then?
have the problem with faith, not me.
I just believe in the higher power.
Is that not? So you don't have faith in the being? You don't ask them? I don't. Who are you talking to? The tree, nigga? What the fuck is this? Like, who's the higher being? The clouds?
But let me ask
God.
you. Let me ask you.
So you do believe in God?
If the stories in the Bible, if they were metaphors, does that make God any less real?
That's a
Yeah,
motherfucking question.
everybody got
But
silent.
don't ask me. Ask these motherfuckers.
No, God is still real. That doesn't mean if you said he's
So if you find out every story in the Bible was never happened.
Like it wasn't fact. Like it's not a factual story. It was just it's a metaphor. It's a story to teach you something.
so you're
Does
saying
that-
Jesus Christ never walked the earth?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Take the story of
Okay.
Jonah.
The stories like that. That's fine with me. They're stories. That's
Right.
fine.
So it wouldn't make it any less.
That's why I believe in Jesus. I'm a Christian from Jesus Christ.
So then if you can't believe the stories, what makes you believe the Bible?
No, wait. Time out.
Jesus
Go ahead,
Christ
Junior. What you was gonna say?
No, I agree with what you just said. It's like you can't pick and choose. You know
What part of it you want to believe
The
in?
Bible's not meant to be taken metaphorically. I don't believe.
But how do we know that?
I think it says it in there.
Oh, show me, please. I don't know.
See that you got to get the Bible scholars in it. But I think it's
I don't know.
designed to yes teach lessons as well, but take these examples of living or good faith or lessons, and then abide by that.
But does it have to have been a fact that Jonah was in the whale for God to be real?
For God, no. For religion, for the Christian belief, yes. To me, otherwise, why the fuck isn't it in the book?
I think what you just said. I think that's good logic, but I don't necessarily mean that the conclusion is real. But I do agree with your logic, though.
See, to me, it's like the way I see the Bible. I don't see it as this.
Like allegory.
No, I see it as all. I see every word in the Bible as factually occurring. So I don't pick and choose what I don't pick and choose what does apply to my life, what doesn't, what makes sense to me, what doesn't make sense to me. I don't put my ego into that. Because I think that's the biggest problem. We're trying to like make Christianity mold what we want it to be.
We don't have to limit it to Christianity.
No,
Anyway.
I'm Christian, so like Muslim people, for example, like they don't play those games with Islam.
They don't.
Like they don't fucking. I take this part, I take that part. It's like nigga, if you don't do this,
But that's actually not 100% true.
And that's what. And I was gonna say that too.
Because I
they
know
question the
I know
fucking
a bunch of
Quran.
Muslim people.
hey,
They're
Muslim,
gonna get their head cut off.
But you see what's going on in Iran right now?
But that's the extreme Muslims also. We're talking about. I told you about the show Rami. He questions the Quran. That's his life on the show. He questioning his religion, the way they pray, everything. Yeah. Why am I doing this? Why? Because this book says to do this. I'm doing this, praying 5 times a day. Like, so they do question the Quran just as much as we question what we do.
I don't know about this.
Yes.
One thing they'll never do is give you a visual representation of Muhammad.
That's true.
Never.
But that's
They don't play. That's what I'm saying. Is like
Because-
they don't play. We as
I hear
Christians,
you.
we have the free will to be like, I don't believe this.
but that's different.
Well, I'm just hold on. Jesus was black. He was white. He was Hispanic. He
Okay.
was Latino. We can just do whatever
We have
we
arguments.
want. Muslims, it comes to some point where like, oh no, we're not doing that. If you cannot drink and be Muslim. Those
can.
things don't exist. You cannot have bacon or pig or you know what I mean.
Right.
You just
They take it
you ain't
very
Muslim,
seriously.
period.
Dave Chappelle is completely Muslim,
Come on,
and he,
man.
but he's not the only one. I know plenty Muslims that drink alcohol. 1 and 2. To your point, what?
Yeah.
Don't try that, bro.
I could have sworn you said.
Don't say that, bro.
I could have sworn you said.
What I'm saying, niggas
Fornicate.
No,
Yeah, well, exactly.
I'm
they
saying
fornicate.
So but the thing about the I don't like I think the apples to oranges again. I don't like the example about the Muhammad is because extremists will kill you for that. That has absolutely nothing to do
No,
with
but I'm
the
saying
actual
even
Quran.
Regular, even backsliding Muslims will never.
Because you could be castigated, killed for that.
But also, they don't cross that line. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But I'm telling
They don't-
you
they
why
don't-
they don't cross that
it don't
line.
matter.
Even
Why?
besides being
That's
killed.
beside the point.
Yeah.
What?
Besides being killed.
And castigated, not just killed. Completely like, yo, it's if you have that, there's this extreme thing. There's this thing that controls the population.
We don't cross that line.
Yes, because of that control. But that's not a good thing.
Who gives
I
a
think
fuck?
it is. That's
That's
what?
called discipline.
Yeah,
That's not discipline. That's
It is.
dumb as hell.
No, it's discipline,
That's
bro.
discipline. I
That's
agree
discipline.
with that. Yes.
I disagree.
They're
run-
disciplined on another level,
Yes.
as opposed to Christians. I said
Yes.
this millions of times.
But that's not true. But
They
two,
are disciplined on
but
another
that's
level.
it's
How many Christian
extremism.
people you know right now would be willing to say, "I'm ready to put my life on the line and die right now for the sake of going to heaven"?
Exactly, and that's my friend extremism. That's exactly what I just said.
I mean,
that's not discipline.
I mean,
That is discipline, bro.
well, we also,
When people go to war, it's the same thing.
but we also preach that Jesus Christ came to save us,
Yes,
from
yes.
our sins.
So we don't gotta
and
We
so
get that.
we get to make mistakes and
Yeah.
be forgiven.
Yeah.
I don't think they.
That's a good-
I know they preach forgiveness, but I don't know if Muhammad came back specifically to save them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, okay, you guys can mess up, and we can work.
That's a
with
good
you.
point. I think that's
so.
a great point.
They don't have the opportunity to be like, oh man, we gonna be all right tomorrow. No, they think like shit. If I have sex and I halal, whatever they call haram, whatever,
Hey, chill out, bro.
whatever it's called haram, right? Like they feel like the world is done. They have fucked up. They're going to hell. That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, in the Quran it says
We know that we repent, we'll be okay.
forgiven.
So
And
that's
so
why
we
you
take
fornicated.
it. We take it to our advantage and say,
Yes.
God,
we
forgive
don't take
me.
it serious as much.
We don't.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
I see what you're
Yeah.
saying.
There's a certain. They have a certain level of reverence that I think Christians, because we have free will,
But
we have choice of forgiveness. That we don't.
I don't like the framing of reverence. To me, it's the I think the proper context is controlling extremism, because also in the Quran, which is why you have.
You can't
Hold on,
use
let
that
me
for
finish.
all Muslims, though.
I'm not using it for all Muslims. That's another one of my points. I'm not using it for all Muslims. I think the extremists control the majority of the Muslim populace. Like in the Quran, it says you must kill the infidels, and that's exactly why we have the groups that try to.
And Jamaicans say
extremist.
firebomb bate boy. So what you saying?
No, what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you
Like, for
saying?
example, Muslim people, when they go to mosque, they're taking off their shoes.
Right.
Period.
Yes.
No.
I don't feel like today.
Yeah, you can wear whatever you want to these cool mosques, maybe or whatever. But when you come in,
Right. That's
the
true.
shoes is off. Period.
Agreed.
There's nothing like that in Christianity.
At all.
But also,
what's the
Christianity-
value in what you're saying though?
I feel like the Bible's been watered down. Also, like the Quran has been stuck together and bonded. You know, like what the kings in England have already changed the Bibles a couple times and shit like that. Like, so then what we have today allows for so much like forgiveness. Again, like that's what I'm saying.
Which is
Like,
fine. Yeah, which is fine. But when the church be like, "Come as you are," and you just come in like flip flops to church,
that's kind of wild.
Yeah, that's wild. That's to me. That's like
No respect.
Yes, it's a lack of respect.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
What the fuck?
I don't know. I gotta think about that more. But I have heard people say, and I've watched people watch things where people have said that the biggest difference between Islam and Christianity is that Christianity is evolving, whereas Islam is staying
The same.
True.
It's closer to
I
the
love
same.
that. I respect that.
I don't.
but wait, let's go back to the
don't.
flip flops.
I
You
do
don't
not.
feel like that's disrespect when you say "come as you are" and somebody comes in flip flops?
To the church?
Yeah.
No, because that doesn't mean you stay as you are.
So "come as you are" to me means
Come as you are.
No, that
heart.
don't mean wake up with your pajamas on and come.
And come.
It means that in your capabilities you come.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could, and that could be anything. That person,
You have shoes, goddammit.
you could be that type of person. Whatever it is in you that would make you go to any place with flip flops. It doesn't matter what it is. That doesn't mean that you cannot change.
Lack of respect.
Okay, so even if it is disrespectful, who
Come
cares?
as you are as a
Come as you
disrespectful
are.
person.
Yes, come as you are, and
Okay.
so then be changed.
I'm saying that's disrespectful. Nah, don't come to my. Nothing.
You can't go to court like that.
Can't go to. Can't go
And
to
you
work.
won't go to school like
And-
that. You
but
won't go
the-
to work like that.
and-
But you disrespect God and come like that.
Yes.
Bring your less for God. No, you don't do that.
But I think y'all are conflating way too many things right here. If somebody's trying to get themselves right, let's just assume that it's a fact that there's Jesus Christ and you can be saved for the sake of this argument. If somebody's trying to give their life to Christ, they're trying to like, I want to be renewed, I want to be born again. And they come, whether you want to call it disrespectful or not, they should come that way, whatever they are, so that they can be transformed and be born again. Don't be somebody that you're not. But then how are you born again then?
You being appropriate is not you not being somebody that you're not. You can be appropriate.
They could. What if they are not an appropriate person?
What does that even mean?
Exactly what it means.
If they
That don't mean anything.
That means exactly what it
agree with
But
says.
if you're inappropriate as a person,
Yes.
come on, dog.
Yes.
You have
bro.
respect for yourself. You have respect for.
There's a lot of people. First of all, there's
Do
a lot of
not
people
have
that do
respect
not have a lot of respect for
They got
themselves,
respect for their job. They got respect for the court.
and they don't tell you to come as you are. They don't tell you to come, and you're not
don't
going there
give
to
you a
be.
choice. I hear
And you're not going there to be transformed. You're there to do what you're told.
But you
That's-
come to God as you are.
But
As a
it,
bum.
then come as a bum, but don't stay as a bum. Don't leave as a bum. Come as whatever. Then you're not coming as you are.
that's too much grace. Well, I don't like
That's too much grace.
Yeah.
There could be. I don't even know if I don't know if God could give you too much grace.
No, I agree. I'm just talking.
That don't even make sense.
To me, it's like I like that conspiracy about Muslims. They don't play that.
They don't play.
They don't play that shit.
I love it.
Like that.
I love it.
Like that.
Then you should be Muslim, sir.
Wait, you like
I'm not
you like
not
the
conforming-
strictness?
I do. I like the fact that they hold their religion to a certain respect. I mean,
But then I think
But
that's
that's
on
not even
each Christian
true, bro.
though. That's on
Huh?
each Christian. That's you're
it's a whole.
Yeah,
practice.
but you can't-
It's the whole entire religion to me. They don't. It's just a lack.
but then you're generalizing based off of like your experience.
I'm generalizing when I'm saying the same thing about Muslims holding their religion to a certain regard.
That is a generalization.
I
Because I've
can
seen
Yeah,
plenty
but
Muslims
based on
that
what I've
drink.
known and what I've seen,
Okay.
they're more disciplined as a people.
And so, that's the problem with any type of conspiracy or political debates where people don't agree on facts. I'm telling you that I've seen a bunch of Muslims that drinks. So
I don't
now,
believe you, nigga.
so now we can't agree on a
they
fact.
drink.
A
They
bunch-
drink.
A bunch.
A bunch is not. It's not. It's not.
bunch.
It's what a fraction, nigga.
Yeah, we're talking about a billion people.
Come on, bro. A bunch is a fraction, nigga.
Out of the bunch you've seen,
Right.
900 million take their shoes off at church.
But that doesn't mean they don't drink. That doesn't mean they don't fornicate. That doesn't
Most
mean they don't
don't.
rape. That doesn't mean they don't
Most
kill. That
don't.
doesn't mean that
Most
they're not
don't.
extremists.
Most don't.
Come on now.
Most don't.
Most do
See,
not.
that's
I
tough.
don't know any that I can
Most
say do
don't
any
have
of those.
bacon. I can tell you that. Most don't eat pig.
But
But that's cultural.
Yeah, that's
too.
culture too.
That's also
like,
cultural.
Yeah, that's like
That's
hereditary
very
kind of
cultural.
thing. It is like if
You raised in that. What is culture?
if the whole country don't sell pig, then shit, you're not eating
What
pig.
about black Muslims
What about black Muslims?
The niggas who conform from
who convert?
who convert.
Are they real Muslims?
Yeah.
Hey, now you
No,
being
but
racist.
seriously.
That's gonna be funny.
Oh, real shit.
That's funny as fuck, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Do y'all think they fake Muslims?
They ain't meat pies, nigga. They Muslims.
I wonder what.
But that's the thing,
Whoa,
like, why? I don't know too much about Islam, but like, why are they so different from the Middle East? You know what I'm saying? Like, Black Islam, why is it so different from that then?
Culture, I think, personally.
Yeah, you talking about bean pies? Nigga, them niggas don't eat bean pies across the world.
I wonder
They over here.
if Farrakhan get respect over there.
A
He
black
get respect,
man,
he get respect
great
from me,
question.
nigga.
Like he get
What?
respect here in America.
I
yes.
respect Farrakhan. Get
But
the
does he
fuck
get
out of
respect
here.
but not
in
Jesus Christ.
Iraq.
He talking to you? He on Instagram?
Who, Jesus Christ?
He ain't on Instagram.
On
bro.
Instagram?
So
I'm
he,
just saying,
he got to be on the gram.
Farrakhan be saying some preaching some real shit. See, we talking about it.
A white man told you.
No. It shit.
fuck
It
that
goes
nigga.
beyond white and black. Let's not even do that.
Nah, sometimes you be saying some wild shit.
Farrakhan be saying some real shit.
Some
period.
wild shit sometimes.
No,
Wild shit.
no, he says a lot of good shit too. He
That's
talks about
true.
the importance of black women
He's
in the
human.
household.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we can't. I'm on now. I watch that nigga.
He's human. He says good shit and bad shit. He's capable
Right.
of both good and bad. He's
But my
human,
Jesus
bro.
Christ has only said good stuff. But you won't follow him.
Is he on Instagram? I can't go based.
You
on
can't
shit.
follow someone.
I can't go based on nothing. If I ain't see the man speak, I don't want to. Like what we talking about?
Open your
here?
Bible.
No, let's use
The letters in red is
let's-
Jesus
let's
speaking,
use
nigga.
TD Jakes
You
and
know,
Farrakhan.
to me, what's kind of crazy about the statement that you're making is that faith would be the most disciplined thing,
And you don't have.
and you have none.
None.
But you appreciate
I have-
Islam for its discipline,
You got faith
but
in
not
women.
Christianity for its faith.
No. You're mixing it up. So what I'm saying is, I don't subscribe to any religion.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But I do have enough discipline. Like I wake up in the morning, I pray. I have faith
To who?
to God. It's like we're
My
Christians.
God. Who's your
No,
God? Who is your God?
Let me tell you.
I
Let
do.
me tell you this funny part about
The golden statue on
people
your bed.
who say they're Christian, right? I could be like this.
Just some all over.
I'll be like, I listen to no, they'll be like, Mike, what do you believe in? I believe in God. And, so you believe in Jesus? It's possible to believe in God and not Jesus at the same time.
You're a Jew then.
No, it's every religion has their own version of God. It's only in Christian belief that your version is Jesus.
But you don't have a religion, you said.
I don't need one. Listen. I believe in the higher powers. I'm spiritual. It's simple as
That is the devil.
no. So is yoga. So is yoga. And we had this conversation, Mike.
That's dumb. I hate when people
No,
say
no,
yoga
no.
is-
Burning sage and
They
shit.
say that in church.
and I think it's
We grew
dumb.
up hearing that in church.
Hey, let me say on the record, I think that is stupid.
But when they're saying like, all right, now when they saying all that during yoga poses,
So you don't have to do that though.
But it's still
But
a
that's part
practice
of
of the
yoga.
devil.
What?
No. Nigga, I know for a fact your wife was out there doing yoga.
Whoa.
In the sun.
She's
of
the
all-
devil. I pray for her. What do you mean?
He said-
My children will go to church. I don't know.
Which is in wizards.
No, I think that's just the ignorance of,
Nah,
of
man,
religion.
that's just retarded,
That
bro.
you can't practice other
That you-
religions.
No, not even that. When they don't understand anything, they condemn it.
no. But to me, when
But it's a different religion.
when yoga's I don't know if you ever seen like a yoga anything like they be like, all right,
They got like 12 arms and
do,
shit.
do this pose and then say
Namaste.
I'm
Namaste.
like, nah, I'm not saying that.
exactly. And that's my point. You could do yoga without taking the cultural or religious
But
part
why-
of
But
it,
why wouldn't you say that?
because you don't have to.
But why? That's not an answer.
That is literally the answer.
No.
But
Why
why you
not?
have-
What's
why
your
You know
reasoning
it's
behind it?
wrong.
You know,
No. That's not true.
Why
That's
do you
not
think it's
true.
wrong?
That's not
Based
me.
on what?
That's not me.
Religious beliefs.
Wait, time out. That is not
It's
me.
evil spirits.
That's I don't think that personally.
It don't matter
I
what you
don't.
think though. It matter what's real.
I agree.
So it's like saying like, how can you practice another religion's like tools and you're Christian? If we say yoga is a part of like the devil's whatever they use, right?
And I think it's just an exercise. Now there is
My friend, why do you
time
mean?
out. There's a religious there's a
religious component of
another
yoga.
religious or another spiritual component, whatever you want to call it. But that doesn't mean you have to do that part to it. And that's my whole thing. That's why I think it's stupid. Like you can literally just do the poses and the exercises. And
but
you
it
can-
comes from something that you know is not
no,
part
it
of your
doesn't.
religion.
All it is an exercise, and people combine the two. That's all it is.
You think yoga has always been an exercise?
Bro, if somebody, so put it like this, if somebody, whoever started doing push-ups for the first time, does it mean because that person was not Christian that you should not do push-ups? What if the first person who did push-ups was praying to some other god, and every time they went down, they said "ka-da-da-da-da-da"? When they come up, they go "boo-da-da-da-da-da"? Does that mean don't fucking do push-ups?
But I think yoga was definitely a part of a different religion,
Bro,
though. I think it
let's
was a
say,
practice of
okay,
a religion.
fine. Let's say push-ups were a practice of another religion.
Of the devil, okay.
Okay, well, does that mean stop doing push-ups now?
It's a practice of the devil, and
You
you're
could-
doing it for exercise?
So you cannot change the meaning of what push-ups are?
No, nigga, it's part of the devil. So I'm gonna just.
That's dumb as hell.
So you want
That's
like
dumb as hell.
So the Muslims should start doing exorcisms and say it
I didn't
don't
say
use.
exorcism.
But that's what I'm saying though.
What?
Push-ups and exorcism is the same thing.
Exercise. You said exorcism.
It's the same thing. That's what I'm saying. You can't.
What?
No. Listen, you
What?
cannot take a part of a religion and try to change it for your own well-being.
Yes,
That
you
is
can.
that you cannot do that.
I'm with
Yes, you can.
because there's symbolism involved.
There-
There's
But what if it's universal?
What's
Thank you.
universal? Which one is universal?
That's my whole point. That's
So
my that's
Americans
my whole point.
made yoga
so
universal.
maybe closing your eyes, right, when you're praying, may have been the first time it ever happened to happen with a Christian.
No,
But now we
and that's
all-
not. First of all, that's not even
Just an
true.
example.
Closing your eye. I do that when I'm sleeping.
Oh,
so I'm
my
praying.
fault.
It's an example.
My
nigga.
bad,
What the
dog.
fuck are you talking about?
But I think what you're about
It's
to
a
say.
universal. I'm saying the act of closing your eyes is universal for all religions.
And praying.
When you're praying.
So
Human
that's
being.
not a that's not even an example.
So
then.
I'm
If it's
saying that,
universal.
no, I'm saying so it started somewhere. It originated somewhere.
Right.
Sleep.
No, man. He's
nigga.
talking about closing your eyes while you pray.
nigga.
I understand.
And that makes sense.
But
That makes
no, it
perfect-
doesn't because you're
It
saying it's
does.
universal. Yoga is not universal. You cannot say
The
that.
I think certain
move.
parts of it is
Downward dog is not a fucking
manifestation.
Somebody could just discovered a push-up. Somebody was like, you know what? Boom. And it could have been a part of their religious practice. That does not mean you cannot take the push-up for yourself and say, I'm not applying the religious component to this thing because this movement is universal.
Okay, if you want to take the downward dog out and just stretch with that by itself without the whole fucking hour-long yoga pill,
no.
come on.
I agree with that.
Like, if you want to stretch your back and do a downward dog, cool, stretch your back.
Exactly.
No,
you
no,
can do
but
that.
if you're fucking doing it with the whole downward dog, head, eagle shit, all that bullshit they do.
But if you're-
nigga, you're doing it with the music, you're doing it as a like you're sitting there doing the whole
So,
thing.
Now that's different. That's
It's
that
satanic.
means you're practicing the
Yeah,
religious component to it. I said that you can do it without the religious component. You could not, if you're a Christian and you believe that whatever it is that they're saying is satanic or whatever it is that they're saying is not of God, you can do the moves without saying those things.
I'm a rain dance without the rain.
Just say thank you, Jesus.
Can you do the moves in that setting?
So
at a yoga house or yoga studio?
Not if, because generally depends. There are some places that practice yoga and they practice it with the full component of where it originated from. So when you're doing that, then that means you're doing the practices. It's like going to any church or mosque and you're doing the practices.
Okay, how about this? How about would you go to a satanic temple that on Saturdays had free workouts?
No.
Why?
You know the answer. That's obvious.
asking.
That's obvious, bro.
you working out,
They
bruh?
have free CrossFit,
My back is hurting.
but no satanic nothing. Just CrossFit in the building.
Well, okay, so now we're making a different comparison,
Sure, I am.
and so there's different. And the reason why I would not do, because I'm not trying to support anything that's supposed to be evil. It could have been owned. No, but it could have been owned by. You could say it was owned by Nazis. Would I go there and it was owned by Nazis, but they were giving out free exercises? Matter of fact, they were paying you to come there and exercise. No, I wouldn't fucking do it. It's just that's I think that's the comparison that you're making. I think that's the thing that goes side to side with it. I get what you're trying to say. Again, if you went to UFit and there was a UFit person doing yoga and they're not lighting candles, there's no picture of Ganeshka and the fucking head thing.
The fact you said Gamishka, I'm like,
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't even know if that's the
yeah, testing God.
testing God.
I actually believe that is conspiracy. That I feel like the media only waters down
Stuff they don't believe in.
Christianity. Only, like, you know, people talk about like the satanic agenda. I don't think it's that far, but I do think a lot of it is like, you know, the X out of Christmas, Halloween.
I say they fuck with Christians.
You know what I mean? It's just like it's a little bit just only Christians, not Judaism, not Islam,
right?
And it's just
because not protected.
I saw in Netflix has some show called Big Mouth, and in a new season,
I watched that.
Tyler the Creator is Jesus.
That was wild.
Wow, that's crazy.
And it just feels so weird.
Well, the guy who makes Big Mouth is not Christian. He's completely Jewish.
Sure.
So he doesn't get to. So to him, it doesn't matter. It's not real.
And I just like even when there's an announcement, there was like God the Father, God the Son, God the Tyler the Creator,
Right.
as an announcement. Like
Right.
they would never do that with
Muslims,
What?
Jews,
Nobody.
Because that's that.
To Kanye's point, Jews run everything.
Oh, I didn't.
I agree.
They would
They
never
run
like, do
everything.
that shit with with Christians. Sometimes it's like so when Republicans be saying that shit, I'm like, yeah, I kind of feel you a little bit. Like should be just kind of like it'd be weird. Like we watched Harry Potter for 10 years, and that's about witches and wizards.
Yeah.
But we would never watch anything for 10 years about any Christian.
Fast and the Furious. Fast and the Furious.
Fast and the Furious.
No, I'm just
Oh,
fucking.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know
We
what
watched
I'm
that for 10 years.
Yeah, but it was like we just pretend witches and wizards shit is just like it's just
Play, right?
Yeah, just,
They embedding it in your brain.
Okay, so do y'all believe in exorcisms?
sure.
Do you?
Yeah,
when,
legitimately.
you legitimately believe in it?
I do.
That's-
What about the rest of y'all?
That's a part of Christianity I don't even like thinking about.
Oh,
No, I'm saying that because the shit's scary for
but
me.
you're a believer.
I never said I didn't believe in it.
But you're a believer.
You're not listening, my brother.
You're a believer.
Yeah, you're not
It's
listening at this
scary.
point.
I heard what he said.
But it's scary. It's scary for me too.
No, all right. So I believe in it, but I try not to even consider it because it's a scary situation.
Yeah, it's super scary.
Like,
Yeah, it is.
It's
like,
super
I-
scary.
I'll tell you.
I don't ever want. It's crazy 'cause when I think about like, mental institutions, because some of them people be the type of people that need an exorcism. You know what I mean? Because I've worked in a couple, and I've seen patients that follow you around, don't say shit, and just stare at you.
That's
You know
called
what I mean? Like-
schizophrenia, bro.
That's
It
not
could be.
schizophrenia, dog.
It could be the devil.
know
You never know.
Schizophrenia.
Manic,
You don't know.
Manic depression, bipolar, it's everything.
Would you ever go to a haunted? Remember the haunted house we was talking about in the group chat? Was like they paid $20,000 if you could survive the night.
Yeah.
No, not after I read the real, like the fine print.
I
No.
wouldn't go. I just wouldn't go at all.
Well, you don't even want to test the
I don't
situation.
even want to test it. Yeah,
Yeah, that shit wild.
I wouldn't even want to test it.
I don't know what could come from that.
Like,
But why does everybody feel like that though?
Because if they paying you a whole bunch of money to do something, there must be something to it.
No,
Right.
the
That's
fine
the
print
thought.
made it very clear.
What was the fine print?
They can,
beat your ass.
they can practically kill you.
Yeah, they could beat the shit out of you. Yeah.
but then it kind of even with all that, you're kind of testing, is money more important than like your faith and other stuff like that too? Then if somebody offer you $20,000 to go kiss the devil. Oh, $20,000, goddamn.
Nah, man. Nah, we gotta.
We gotta wrap it up.
We gotta.
do.
That's true.
gotta wrap it up, bro.
Before we wrap it up, I just want to say something about faith, man. We can't conflate what we read in the Bible with faith and what people do that be dumb as hell, like going into actual lion's den. Because almost every story I've ever heard of some actual person going into a lion's den got fucking killed by that lion.
Sure.
Now, I saw this. There's a video of a dude who tried to convert a lion to Christianity. Like, that's stupid. There's guys who tried to cast
about
away
right.
cast away snakes, and he was like, "Oh, I can handle this snake." Because whatever
Jesus
in the
told him he
Bible,
could.
and he picked
Yeah.
up the snake, and the snake bit him, and guess what happened to him? He died.
But
Yeah.
aren't those people who play with lions? I'm asking. Are those people who play around with lions
There's
and
people
don't
who-
die? I'm asking. Are there people in the world who play with?
Yes, there's lion tamers.
Okay, there we go.
So what does that
are
have to
there
do with
people who
faith?
play with? But you just said that everybody I know that got in the damn cage with a lion.
Yeah,
died.
they went into
But
a
they're-
lion's den. They are not lions tamers.
Doesn't matter. But
No,
you
no, no,
know
no.
of people
Let's not,
who are tamers.
I don't like
and
when
play
we do this. I really don't like when we do this.
'Cause
Let's keep
it's
it
real,
keep it
though.
literally
Let's
to
not have this debate.
It's not
It's
a,
real,
but it's,
have it.
But that's
it's-
faith, though.
Time
That's
out,
what faith comes
time
in.
out. It's
Bro,
not.
we going too long. Let's not.
It's
have
not
it.
a. It's not a debate, bro. I'm talking about somebody that is not a lion tamer,
matter.
went into a lion's den
It's possible.
only because of faith, and he got killed. Like, I think
I don't think
that's why I asked the
That's
question.
what the Bible told him to do.
But that's
No,
why. But
he
that's why
thought the Bible said that.
Got you. But that's why I asked the question: if the Bible was mostly metaphorical or allegory, does that mean that God or Jesus is not true? I personally I don't believe
But
that.
then it would be Harry Potter.
Absolutely. Duh.
I mean, what would be the difference then? It'd be Harry Potter. It'd be
Maybe it was
Gandalf the Gray and Gandalf the White and spells. And
you can say it was supposed to be like that. When over time we took it literal. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Could be.
Maybe it was supposed to be like that.
We would never know then.